the division contest. And so that was a nerve-wracking situation that I was put in. But this point, I'm used to it. I don't complain at all. So the experience to talk about, I've been preparing for the division contest for the past 10 days. And even though I did not win, I'm happy that I was able to complete a speech which I had written for within 5 minutes and successfully finish it, not stopping in the middle or fumbling over my words or embarrassing myself. So it was very sad, not even a bit sad, but it was very difficult for me yesterday to process this. Um, um, but I think I slept over it, and then today morning I woke up and felt there's always a next time we can do it. So yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster, so many. Winning, the definition is subjective. I believe you've come out a better evaluator, so you've already won it. The prize will always be reserved for one, but we all are winners as far as we've come back a better than what we went in with. Toastmaster Bharath, can we hear from you?
Yes. Yeah, thank you, sir. So first of all, I could say that participated in a division contest was such a pleasant moment in my life, I feel. Yes, it taught me a lot. Even though, I mean, it didn't bring the success, but I believe that success fills in learning things too. Because I could see some of the participants who has been participating in this contest for several years. And you know what? The person who won the first prize is 40 years old. And actually, he is the person who won last time too. And I was really amazed by the performance that he has done yesterday. I mean, we can learn a lot from these speakers who are very experienced and who are really innovative. I thought in some way that I tried out in a different way of bringing humor, and these people have done humor in each and every line. And that's what the special thing that I learned from those speakers. And it really taught me that how to improve myself in the next stages of the contest. And I hope I will do it better in the next time too. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharath. Enjoy the journey. The destination we may or we may not reach. We're proud of both of you that you have won the area level and then represented Vellore Toastmasters Club at the division level. That in itself is a very commendable. Congratulations to both of you. I'd love to take this opportunity to call on our guests to share a few words with us, but I believe we'll get ahead with the meeting and call them towards the end. So now, without any further delay, let me hand over the further proceedings of this meeting to Toastmaster Bharath, our Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Bharath?
Yes. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Well, this time, not with a toasted bread or a sandwich. This time, it's different. Well, it was more than 1.5 years before I got a call from a person. Hi, Bharath. Am I speaking to Bharath? Yes, sir, you are speaking to Bharath. So, Bharath, where are you from? Hi, sir. I'm actually from Vellore and I'm currently working at Bangalore. So, where are you working, Bharath? Sir, I'm working as a structural steel lighting engineer in Bangalore. Oh, that's really great, Bharat. So, Bharat, Toastmasters is a place where you can improve your public speaking and communication skills. So, this is actually a non-profitable organization, and you can get a lot from this by being a member. Oh, that's really amazing, sir. Can I hear something more about Toastmasters? Yes, Bharat. Toastmasters is just not improve your public speaking skill, but also it will really help you in building networking with people. And I could really say that even you can be a world champion of public speaking one day by joining Toastmasters. Oh, that's really amazing. Oh, thank you, Bharat. And I hope you'll join a club soon. Yes. And thereafter, I joined Toastmasters. And this is what the story happened to me. So, guys, every one of you might have some of the story before joining Toastmasters, and every one of you had something, I mean, some kind of vision by joining here. And I had the same vision too. And my vision as a Toastmaster is to just improving my public speaking skills. And I found this as my passion and I wanted to follow it. So this is not only my passion, but to the people who are everyone out there. Well, today I would like to call a person who is with the same passion. Yes, this I cannot say, I cannot describe this person in simple words because if I started to tell about him, the whole session is not enough. Yes, he is a person who is so crazy about public speaking and who also built a place called Tech Talks and improving people's lives. Yes, I would like to call the general evaluator for today's session, Toastmaster Vijay Surana. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Your introduction today reminded me about how I was introduced to Toastmasters. It was thanks to the COVID-19 lockdowns that for the first time I heard the word Toastmasters. I just Googled it. Is there a Toastmasters Club in Vellore? I want to be there. What do I see? Vellore Toastmasters Club Facebook page. Oh my God. And immediately I called in. I believe Mridul connected to me, who put me in contact with Anandan sir, and I enrolled the very next day. I still remember his words. I was the easiest participant he ever enrolled in Vellore Toastmasters Club. And I'm glad I took that decision. Now, let's get on with the session. Hello, friends. I am here now as your general evaluator. As you are aware, that our meetings comprises of 3 segments: prepared speeches, the table topic sessions, and the evaluation segment. I shall be moderating the evaluation portion of the entire meeting, and I will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. The general evaluator evaluates everything that takes during the club meeting. In addition, the general evaluator conducts the evaluation portion of the meeting and is responsible for the speech evaluators and the evaluation team who are going to help me with this massive task. That's the timer, the R counter, and the Gramanier, who are known as the tag team. Now, to explain each of the tag team's role, let me call upon stage our first, a beloved guest from Aura, Toastmaster Arushi, as timer.
I have never really been a person whose presence was ever acknowledged in a room. So, therefore, I tried out Toastmasters. It was my way of going out of my comfort zone and trying something new and maybe, just maybe, sticking to it. Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. As a timer for today, my job will be to show timer cards and time table topics, prepared speeches, and evaluations. For prepared speeches, I'll show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow at 6, red at 7. For evaluation, I'll show the green card at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. For table topics, I'll show the green card at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. As for the general evaluator, I'll show the green minute at 8 minutes. I'll show the green card at 8 minutes, yellow at 9 minutes, and red at 10 minutes. The general evaluator's report should not exceed 12 minutes. I'll show the timer cards as green, yellow, and red. Thank you, and over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. I never knew there was a time limit for general evaluator. We often exceed more than 20 minutes there. Thank you. You're going home, learning something new today. Next off, let me call upon stage the R counter, Toastmaster Darshini.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I came into Toastmasters, especially Vellore Toastmasters Club, hoping to improve my public speaking skills. But what I actually got in return was something more. It's not just about you talking confidently in a public place. It's about more. It's about community. And I'm really happy that today Vellore Toastmasters Club has given me that. So with that, let me move on to my role as an R counter. As an R counter for today, my purpose is to note the words and sounds that are being used, especially the crunch words and the pause fillers, to anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times of each speaker who used the filler or crunch words. Thank you. Over to the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshini. I believe it's time for a neighbor's dog to be fed. Last but not the least, the eternal grammarian, Toastmaster Saumini.
Thank you, General Evaluator. This is probably the 555th time that I'm playing grammarian in Toastmasters. And you might probably think that I would have gotten bored of this role. Actually, no. Toastmaster actually gets very intensive on you as much as you start involving yourself inside it. Yesterday, I told my friend in chat, if you start a sentence with the phrase one of the following noun will be a plural, such as one of the books, not one of the book, and one of the pens, not one of the pen. This is how fellow Toastmasters and guess life gets when you become a Toastmaster. Some of you might know that our dear Toastmaster Priyanka, who's not here, our VPPR, is also a food blogger, and she had posted a reel today covering a bakery. And I replied, Priyanka, it is called the 10 seconds rule. The first 10 seconds in a speech is solely dedicated to captivating the audience and not revealing the content. This, my dear people, is the effect of preparing day and night for my evaluation contest. By preparing for it, one skill that has sharpened in me very well, my observational skills. And that would come in super handy today as I am playing grammarian and I have two jobs. First is to catch all the excellent usage of English in the meeting and the improper usages that require recommendations. Additionally, I have one more job, is to introduce you all to the word of the day. And in my style, let me give you the meaning first. This is a simile, not a word or an idiom or a phrase. This is a simile, which means comfortably and cozily warm, especially in a weather that is freezing or cold. The simile is in relation to today's theme. Any guesses? So a simile is something that is as dash. That's how it is, or it has like in the word. So any guesses? As dash as in relation to today's theme? What is today's theme?
Toastmasters.
Of a
Yeah.
Toastmaster.
Toastmasters.
No, comfortably and cozily warm, especially in a weather that is cold.
Toast.
Yeah, that is one of the words.
As
So,
toast as?
okay, so I'll give it to you. It's
As something
warm.
as toast.
Yeah, correct. As warm as toast. So this is the phrase of the day. Again, repeating the meaning is comfortably and cozily warm, especially when the weather is cold outside. A usage in a sentence would be, I drank a cup of hot chocolate that felt as warm as toast when the rains were pouring outside. I have such fond childhood memories of winter time coming in from the snow and getting warm as toast by the fire. Would anyone like to give it a try? It can be wrong, we can make mistakes and learn from it. Anybody?
Summer in Vellore gets as warm as toast.
Okay. Okay, please try using the simile in your sentences. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saumini. That was one of the far-fetched grammarian introduction I've ever heard. Thank you for the lovely simile. I request all the members to use them, first get to understand it and then use it as much as possible in the meeting. Now let me hand over the session back to the Toastmaster of today. Toastmaster Bharath, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving such a wonderful introduction about you and your role players. So guys, do you know being a Toastmaster is so hard? If you go and say someone that I'm a Toastmaster, and they will be like, Toastmaster? What is that? Yes, this is what the true thing, because people around you, I mean, you might be surrounded with people, and in that only 20 to 30% of the people might have heard this word Toastmasters, and especially almost 10% of the people are in Toastmasters. But this is really sad that people are not aware of a beautiful club. So to everyone out there, I would like to give a request that please try to share this Toastmasters and its clubs happenings, and try to make people join into this wonderful club, and you can be helpful for them in some way. And I told already that being a Toastmaster is so sad, and especially when you're attending an online meeting. So initially, when we are starting the online meetings, I will be looking into my phone, and I was in the session, and my friends will be like, I was speaking to my girlfriend on a video call. Yes, but we are used to it, and we all just might have experienced this. So I don't want to take much of your time. Here, I would like to call the much awaited session, that is the speaking segment. So firstly, I would like to call the speaker. Well, moving on to the speaker, she is one of the most energetic person in our club. She always try to bring some innovative scripting techniques in her speech. Well, before introducing the speaker, I would like to call the speaker's evaluator, Toastmaster Kriti. Over to you.
Thank you, T.M. Moody. I remember my Toastmasters, how I joined Toastmasters. It was through a post which was posted in Facebook by Toastmaster Vijay. There I saw Toastmaster Saumini. I saw she's my junior. I saw, okay. I thought what I inquired about the club to her as well as through Toastmaster Vijay. And now I'm very grateful to have such a community where I'm very comfortable in public speaking and have started improving myself. I'm very grateful to VTC. So, okay, today Toastmaster Mahalakshmi will delivering her level 1 project 2 speech 2 called evaluation and feedback. It is her second speech. The purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback on the second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that she has applied the feedback received from the first speech. I'll be evaluating her speech based on the feedback received in the first speech with other verbal evaluation, which is eye contact, clarity, vocal variety, and most important, comfort level. All the best, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kriti, for the introduction about the speaker. So, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. So, are you there? Yes. Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Money makes money. Money makes money. Toastmaster.
I'm audible to everyone?
Yes.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Bharath, for your wonderful introduction. Timer, you can start your time. வரவு எட்டனா செலவு பத்தனா வரவு எட்டனா செலவு பத்தனா. Hope all of you know this song, old song, right? Come to the topic. Last week, I had gone for my friend's meetup. There, I met most of my friends. I got a chance to meet my friend called Nandini, who was very studious and got selected in Infosys through campus. We were talking in the meeting about something about her luxurious life. In between, she had a call. Her face turned into sad and upset. That phone came from bank about reminder of EMIs. Now you all get to know why I sung this song in the beginning. Guys, not only her, most of the people knows how to create your money, but don't know how to spend your money in a very effective way. To know the secret, I welcome you all for this wonderful informative session called Money Makes Money. For a person who want to be financially fit, they must know a type of income that is called active and passive. Active income, nothing but what you can earn by spending your time and money, time and energy. Like salaried and self-employed people comes under this category. Second, passive income. Less effort or no effort in the beginning, then you can reap your rewards afterwards. Like business people and investors comes under this category. Nothing more to explain about how to create your active income. So I here listed out few ideas to generate your passive income. Next, please. Okay. You can create your own YouTube channel and putting a blog, selling your online courses or your skills or publishing your books. And you can utilize your bank facilities like deposits in RDs and FDs. Interest rate will vary in every month. And buying a gold or renting a property is another way, or investing on mutual stock market or mutual fund. Here, I'm going to elaborate about mutual funds. Next slide. Mutual fund is nothing but type of organization. They collect the pool of fund from the people like you and me. Then they do invested on financial instruments like share market, stock market, other mutual funds or government bonds, corporate bonds. Then they can get income out of it in the name of profit, dividend, or interest. Then they distribute the income to their investments. Their investor depend upon their investment amount. Do you think they will distribute the entire amount to the investors? No, they will take some amount for their own maintenance. It's called expense ratio. Usually, expense ratio lies between 1 to 3%. And I already told you, mutual fund is an asset management company. So there must be an authority to decide where to investment goes on. So the person is called fund manager. The fund manager can maintain more than two funds at a time. Here, I'm going to talk about more about types of mutual fund. Type of mutual, they have classified 5 types of mutual fund, which will help the investor to decide to choose where the money wants to go according to their wishes, like returns and returns or risk. For example, I'm a beginner investor. I want to buy an Apple share. Apple, one share of Apple price is too high for me. So I can go for a mutual fund scheme, and I can select which mutual fund has the Apple shares on this list. As an investor, we can decide and select a type of mutual fund where we want to invest. So here I listed out 5 types of mutual fund. First one is equity mutual fund is nothing but the collected money will be invested only on share market. Various you can it's different in the small, mid cap and large cap funds. For example, I want to invest a Aditya Birla Aditya Birla Fixie Cap. They sorry, as an investor, I do invest in a single time method or SIP method. That means single time investment or monthly basis investment. According to my investment, they will allocate units depend upon the current NAV of the fund. For example, I will have to buy a Aditya Birla Flexi Cap. Current value of the fund is for 50 rupees. So I have to invest 5,000 rupees as a minimum amount. So I will get 100 units of the fund. Second one is debt mutual fund is they will collect the amount invested on only on corporate bonds or government bonds. Third one is hybrid fund is nothing but they will do an investment on equities and rest of the amount on debit fund. Solution oriented mutual fund is nothing but I have a problem. I want money after something. For example, I have a plan for children's marriage or children's education. So after I invest now, after some time, after a locking period, I will receive the money. Then funds of fund is nothing but they will invest one mutual fund to another mutual fund. Next. So you can next. So start your investment journey. You need something. You have to download any mutual fund app from a app, and you have to complete your KYC procedures like personal verifications. Then you can start your investment by choosing your scheme, small cap or mid cap. My recommendation is do systematic installment payment for a long time in index fund, which will give you high returns. For you have a lump sum amount, you go for liquid fund, which is a debt fund for a short term period. Next. I want to conclude this topic with my favorite quote. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, for the wonderful speech and for giving some important techniques on how to make money with money. Yeah, so now we can take a 1 minute of silence, and audience, you can give your suggestions and feedbacks to Toastmaster Mahalakshmi through personal chat or in the chat box provided. And timer, please indicate me when the 1 minute is over.
1 minute is up.
Yeah, thank you, Tanya. So, guys, the worst speech you will ever give will be far better than the speech you never give. I would like to repeat, the worst speech you will ever give will be far better than a speech you never give, by Fred Miller. So we all have the fear of public speaking. Well, it is not for a single person. Every one of us have this fear. You may think how to get rid of this fear, but I could really say this is completely hard for a people who are really doing public speaking for more than 10 years. Because the nervousness and public speaking, they are the two important, I can say they are the two combined elements which presents a speech. Even if you take some of the great speakers, they cannot produce a speech without having a perfect plan in their mind. It will get, it will get okay when you do a multiple speeches, and when you practice it for more and more, you can become a great public speaker. So to everyone out there, if you want to achieve greatness in public speaking, start practicing it. And at some point of time, when you're delivering a speech, you may have a feel that you are completely lost the content. And that time, what you should have to do is just you have to pass to the next content, and you don't need to stumble, because this is one of the things that I have experienced. When you are standing in a simple position without going to the next content, that will really, that will give you a bad impression to the audience. So always believe yourself. You can do a better speech by being a better speaker by great practice. So here I would like to conduct an activity, or I can say a game. Well, I hope this will help us all to improve our public speaking. So this game is familiar to every one of us. You might have heard it in many shows. So for this game, firstly, I would like to call 4 volunteers. So please provide your names in the chat box. Yes, I got the 4 speakers. So let me write them down. So the first set of people who are going to compete is person 1, Kriti, and person 2, Johan. So firstly, I will explain the game. Well, this is a very familiar game to every one of you. So Kriti is the first person. So she is going to ask some question to Johan, and Johan need to answer. He is not going to answer to that question. He has to answer something different from the question that she has asked. Yes, you have to give an answer without relating to that question. So this is the activity or the game. So firstly, the rule for the game is that there is only one rule. You have to quickly respond to that question. And I set another rule too, that is, if a person speaking, if you are not making any mistakes in the game for more than a minute, you are a winner. So firstly, the first set of people are Kriti and Johan. So Kriti will be asking the question and Johan need to answer for it. So firstly, I would like to give a 30 seconds of time for them to prepare themselves. So timer, please inform me when 30 seconds is over.
30 seconds are up.
Yeah, thank you, timer. So Kriti and Johan, both of you can unmute yourselves. And Kriti, you can start.
I'll be
And
asking
timer,
questions now till for 1 minute.
yeah, and timer, please note if she crossed 1 minute or not. Yeah,
I'll
Kriti,
start.
you can start now.
Where do you stay, Johan?
India.
He said the answer.
No, I don't stay in India though.
Oh, okay. Have you been to Vellore?
Burj Khalifa.
Have you any siblings?
iPhone.
Do you have a shirt?
Pant.
Are you having a laptop? He is answering late.
Sahara Desert.
What's your name?
T20 World Cup.
What's behind you?
Disappointment.
Okay, which movie did you see recently?
Virat Kohli.
Okay, what's this? Do you watch cricket?
Football.
Time's up, I guess. But he's indirectly answering my questions, no? He doesn't watch cricket, he watches football. Then he doesn't live in.
Nice. You didn't even indirectly answer the question.
No, where do you say India? I'm like, what are you doing?
No,
So what's behind
okay,
it?
okay, I kind of figured it out after you guys reacted to that India thing.
No, it wasn't real, but it's still a relevant answer.
But the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
beautiful, the most beautiful answer he gave was, "What's behind you?" Disappointment.
You know, there's a joke that they say in India, you are either an engineer, a doctor, or a disappointment. It was like that.
Yeah, that's amazing job from both of you guys. So now, Johan, I'm giving you a chance, and you can question Kriti, and you made her stuck with her words. So timer,
Okay, can I
you can
start?
start time. Yeah, you can start.
What's your name?
I love Pani Puri.
Do you have a phone?
I'm going out.
What day is it today?
I'm going to meet Saumini.
Are you studying?
I'm going to watch a movie.
Did you go to school?
Okay, we are in Toastmasters meeting.
Who's your favorite player?
I'm going to drink water.
Where do you want to live?
I used to wear specs.
Why did you use to wear specs?
My sister's calling me.
Why?
I'm having a laptop.
Where's your laptop?
What are you doing? No, I can't ask questions. Leave.
Thank you guys. Both of you done an amazing job. I really don't think that it will go this interesting way. So kudos to you guys. Great job, both of you. So now I would like to call the next two volunteers who are Darshini and Nirmala. Yeah. So firstly, Darshini will be asking questions to Nirmala, and I would like to give a 30 seconds time for prepare yourselves.
30 seconds are up.
Yeah. Thank you, timer. So Darshini and Nirmala, you both can unmute this.
Can we go? Can we go? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
I got connected. Yeah.
So is Nirmala ready? So can we go?
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Hello Nirmala, how are you?
I'm watching movie.
When did you get a haircut?
Kirti spoke very well.
How long do you sleep?
I'm unmuting now.
What do you like about yourself?
Mute. 1 minute. I need to speak. I need to ask some question.
Mm.
1 minute. I need to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, was that an answer? Okay, I'm out.
You know, reverse card.
Okay.
Okay, that was a fun session, Bharath. Thank you for the session.
Yeah.
I think now Nirmala will be asking questions. to
Yeah,
her.
I think
Yeah.
Nirmala and Kriti or Nirmala and Johan can go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are not running out of time. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Can I start? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I need to ask Bharath, right?
Oh.
Or Darshan?
Yeah.
okay, this
Yeah,
is
okay,
confusing,
I will do
Bharath,
it right.
clarify.
Yeah, okay, I will do it right. You can ask me.
Okay, I need to ask Bharath, right? It's not a
Yeah.
name. I'm asking you. Okay. So what is your name?
I like Italy.
Okay, where are you from?
I want to go Chennai.
Are you wearing ring?
Actually, I like people who are very sweet.
Oh, okay. Your laptop is down actually, not in the table, right?
I have a mobile phone.
Okay. Yeah, how about your headphone? Is it looking nice? Which brand it is?
I want to get out of the session now.
Okay, okay. Are you in Vellore currently?
I wanted to meet my mother now.
Okay. Have had a coffee?
I like to go out.
Oh, okay. You are alone in the home.
I wanted to meet new people. Yeah.
So you recently joined in a company?
But thank you, Nirmala, for the sweets you gave.
Nice smiling, Bharath. Actually, I think I'm fine with the question.
Yeah, sorry. And thank you.
You respond to my question, right?
Oh, that's why I responded. Sorry. Oh my God.
I think game got over.
Yeah. Thank you, Nirmala.
Thank you so much.
Great job. So, guys, I hope you all enjoyed it. To be honest, the fun is not yet over. It is yet to come. Because we have one of the greatest segment in Toastmaster session, and that is called Table Topics. So to conduct this, I would like to call Toastmaster Keithana. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Bharath. This is Toastmaster Keithana. I'll be your Toastmaster for today. Toastmaster session is very interesting and also an important session in a Toastmasters meet, because in real life, you aren't always going to be prepared to talk to a new person. And its life is all about random events happening in random times. So you can always expect the unexpected. So it's always good to be prepared with your impromptu skills. And nobody ain't got time more than 1 minute to listen to you. So you have to keep it crisp. So you have to talk, express yourself, and also impress the person within a minute. That's why table topic session is very helpful in sharpening your impromptu speaking skills and helpful in listening, timing, organizing, and delivering your speech. Not all important life skills have to be strict and boring. It can be fun too. So, and our guests can also participate in this table topic session. It's not limited to only the members. So, and I'll be telling you the timings. It can be like 1 to 2 minutes. It has to be minimum of a minute to qualify, and it should not exceed more than 2 minutes to qualify. Timer, please be ready. And I recommend you all to use the word, the phrase of the day in your table topic session. So I want some volunteers to participate in the table topic session. You can use the raise hand symbol. To participate. Yeah. If you're not raising hand, I'll be choosing from random people. Yeah, I see 2 of you. So Darshini. Okay, so we'll go for your question. So what is one luxury item that you will never buy, even if you're crazy rich, like Bill Gates? Okay, Darshini, what is one luxury item that you will never buy? What is one luxury item you will never buy? Toastmaster Darshini.
I like to take 30 seconds. I'd like to go. So thank you, Table Topic Master. What is one luxury item that I will not use even if I become crazy rich? Instead of saying luxury item, I'd say it as luxury service. I think people having personal maids at home is a luxury that I will not do even if I get crazy rich, because this is the way I am brought up, and I have always tried to have this value of doing things myself, and that is the reason that I'm here right now. Since I turned 15, I've been doing things myself. I don't take help from anyone except for laundry. I take the washing machine. So other than that, I don't take help from anyone. Nevertheless, my family does, but this is one thing that I will do in future, not to take help from anyone. So that will be one luxury that I'll not be embracing even if I have a lot of money. Number 2 will be, even if I become very rich, I will not go for the high-end automobiles, because according to me, automobiles usually take a lot of fuel. I mean, you get lesser mileage. So I am a person who thinks, do we really need these kind of things? I do go for luxuries, but when it comes to automobiles, I sometimes think that the high-end variants are not something that I would prefer. So these are the 2 things that I will not be using even if I'm very rich. So thank you.
That was an awesome speech, Toastmaster Darshini. It shows how much value you have to the society and to the humanity. Very nice. Who's our next volunteer? I think Joanne. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same
John,
question.
No, it'll be a different one for you. Do you think horoscopes are accurate? John, Toastmaster John, do you think horoscopes are accurate? Do you think horoscopes are accurate, Toastmaster John? Over to you.
Can I also take 30 seconds? Okay, I would like to go. So I don't really think horoscopes are accurate because I don't know the science behind them, and I'm taking engineering for a start. So I'm a little bit more towards the scientific side. If I don't know how something works, it will be hard to convince me that it works. But saying that, I've also heard that it's based on things like astrology, which people from ancient times have been observing, like the position of the stars and stuff. So if there is in case a scientific reason behind it, and if they could prove it to the world, and if I could hear to and understand it, then yeah, I would probably think it's accurate. But as of now, I feel like it's not really accurate. I feel like it's just made up. So, and I've had people try to convince me that it's accurate too, but I find it hard to believe them. Mostly because of this. I'm taking engineering, and also I'm more towards the research side. So I would like, so I need to see research on it. I need to see proof, studies, papers. Then only I will believe that it's accurate. So that's all.
I believe John is a person who see to believe rather than believe to see. That was a good one, John. So who is the next volunteer? Anybody is willing to participate? It'll be fun topics.
Saumini is the next one.
Saumini. Hi, Saumini. That was a surprise.
I deny.
Do you want to
No, I'll take a pass.
pass? I mean, you want-
Mahalakshmi has raised her.
it's gonna be fun topic, Saumini. I think you should try this.
Okay.
Okay. So, Saumini, if you could be any supernatural creature, what would you be and why? If you could be any supernatural creature, what would you be and why? Toastmaster Saumini.
I'll take 30 seconds. Okay, I'm good to. Supernatural creatures. What a beautiful topic that you had given me. A fan of superheroes. A supernatural creature, not essentially a supernatural creature, but a superpower that I'd like to have is shape shifting. The one thing that concerns me the most about this world and this planet is how bad that we are, how brutal we are reacting towards it. So, people have power, and there are influential people in the world. And sometimes influential people are the ones that move the coins. So, if I could shapeshift myself into a person who could actually move the coin and make a difference in a place, why wouldn't I be? The one thing that concerns me the most is right now is climate change, and I think we are treating this world like something like that we're going to throw it away after use and maybe move to Mars. That is plan B or something, but there is no planet B that we have. And if I could transform myself as an influential person or a person from the government that could make a change who are not actually doing it right now, I would gladly do it. What do you think, Toastmaster Kirtana?
I think Saumini doesn't need to shape shift. I think you will definitely grow into an influential person and make a difference in this world. I truly believe in that. Good one, Saumini. And who is our next volunteer? I think Mahalakshmi.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mahalakshmi, if you are left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which one would you choose and why? If you are in a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which one would you choose, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi?
Okay, I'll go. Once again, thank you, thank you to TMO. Sorry, again I'll start. Thank you, Master. It's a wonderful topic which definitely suits me. If I would be stay in a desert at a highland means I will go for with my enemy. Why? Because people. I'm a very talkative person. I won't be live without any person there. Even in enemy also I can talk. It's a chance to me mingle with them, my enemy, and better to understand. I will love to talk with the people, right? So it's better to have go with the enemy only. And that's it. Over to Toastmaster, TT Master.
Even I will choose, with my enemy. I can either tolerate the enemy or, finish him. Anyhow, it's going to be deserted island. No, nobody's going to witness my this. So, yeah, very good choice, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. Anybody wants to volunteer? One more person. I have one more, fun topic. I would like to Toastmaster Vijay Surana. Do you want to take this?
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay. If aliens landed on the earth tomorrow and offered to take you home with them, would you go with them? Toastmaster Vijay Surana. If aliens landed on the earth tomorrow and offered to take you home with them, would you go? Toastmaster Vijay Surana.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Your topic today reminds me of a movie, one of my favorite movies. I'm not able to recollect the name. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, right? It was Harrison Ford, one of the heartthrobs of the 90s. And this is one of the best movies of Steven Spielberg, he's ever created. It's better than the Jurassic Park. The Crystal Skull, what happens is, these people go behind the crystal skull and go to some remote Amazon forest. And finally, they come to a deserted place, which happens to be an alien skull. And as they go and activate these skulls, these hyper beings, interdimensional being, they come to life again. They're frozen in time. And the entire mountain happens to be a spinning, what do you call the UFO. And as they go further, they activate it and it starts spinning and it starts fighting. They seem to be archaeologists who are sucking off things, from different planets, and they get stuck in India. And one of the person who visits there happens to be a Hitler regime. So she says that, I want to be with you and I want to go with the aliens. The aliens want her not to do, because our brain is three-dimensional, and these are beings of fourth, fifth, and nth dimension, and things which they perceive and see are beyond our comprehensions. So, as much I want to go with them, but no, I'm good here. Thank you, Toastmaster Kirtana.
That was a safe choice. Nevertheless, but I would choose to go there. No, there's nothing to lose. Okay, so that was a fun table topic session. So over to the Toastmaster of the day, Bharath.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kirtana, for beating that activity and making it more funnier than it. You did an amazing job with the funniest topics that we have ever seen. So now, my dear Toastmasters, the life of a Toastmaster. Well, you may think that sometimes you may feel bad of being a Toastmaster, but I could really say this Toastmasters platform has changed something from you and it made you better. Well, every one of us will have that feeling, and I too have that experience in my life. Well, I would like to share that. So I don't want to say that, but I would like to say that I'm an extrovert, and everyone in our club knows that. So to the people who don't know what is a extrovert, so extroverts are the people who are very funny and expressive in texting a person, but shy when they are facing them. Yes. And exactly matching with that term, actually, I found it before, very few years before only, I found it, even I too have a term. Actually, I thought there is only introvert, extrovert, and ambivert. And few years before only, I found that we have a term that is textrovert. So by being a extrovert, I always like to fear. I mean, I always fear with people when I'm meeting them for the first time. I will always fear when I'm meeting new people, and I really don't have many ideas on how to start speaking with them. But if you ask me to text them, I'm really a master in it. I will just do my texting things and I will really impress them. So that's the quality of being a extrovert. So this Toastmaster has get out of me from that level. Yes. You know what? Before joining Toastmasters, I was really shy in speaking with people, as well as meeting people, and as well as surrounding with people. But after joining here, I learned how to speak with people. I learned, even though you don't have any ideas, how to build an idea. And that is true with a table topic session. So, my dear friends, you all might have been benefited from Toastmasters in any of these aspects. And I hope this Toastmasters will help you in further too. So now it's time to call one of the most important segment, well, that is going to be the evaluation. So to give the evaluation, I would like to call the general evaluator for today's session, Toastmaster Vijay Surana. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Welcome to the evaluations today, friends. Let me first call upon the evaluator of our speaker, Toastmaster Kriti, with her evaluation report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Before starting my evaluation, I would like to bring to you all a notice like that the speech title of the project evaluation and feedback can be either of the first speech or a new speech. And another thing is, as this project is evaluation and feedback, having the same evaluator makes it more effective in making sure the feedback given in the first speech was applied successfully. Guess what? I was the first speaker. I was the evaluator for Toastmaster Mahalakshmi for her first speech. So Toastmaster Mahalakshmi has successfully applied her feedback in her second speech, starting the speech with a song by bringing the attention of the audience to her speech. She used a personal story and had a very good clarity in her speech and good audience awareness. There are I have few recommendations which would make her to go to the next level, is to make her speech go to the next level, is making sure not to use words like next slide whenever because it cuts the flow and breaks our audience attention. Nevertheless, the presentation was provided a visual aid to us, which was very beautiful. And another one thing was the content was informational. I would like to recommend to use storytelling technique to convey this attention, this informational content of yours, which will grab the audience attention till the end of the speech. To put it in a nutshell, she had a very good attention, audience awareness, good clarity. Few recommendations are to avoid words like next slide, which breaks the audience attention, and she had a very good presentation which played a visual aid to the audience, and to use the telling technique to convey any content which is information. Thank you. Over to the G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kriti. Next off, it's time to bring in the tag team. May I please call the timer, Toastmaster Arushi, with her report, please.
None of these speakers, evaluators, or table topic speakers were disqualified. It's just that Toastmaster Mahalakshmi could not cross the green card for her table topic. For that, I would suggest her to pause a little, collect your thoughts. Even though you don't speak, the timing still goes on. Wait for the green card and then end your speech. Thank you, and over to the general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. May I know next, please call upon the R counter Toastmaster Darshini.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today, under the category of less than 5 accounts, we have Toastmaster Kriti, Toastmaster Keetana, Toastmaster Joan, Toastmaster Saumini, and Toastmaster Mahalakshmi. However, Toastmaster Mahalakshmi did not have any accounts in her speech. She had accounts only in the table topic speech. Other than that, Toastmaster Bharath, Toastmaster Vijay, Toastmaster, that's it. Both of them and all others did not have any accounts. Today, the club's overall usage of crunch words, accounts, and repeated usage of words were very minimum. And today, all our members followed one recommendation that has been given by all the GE, grammarian, and accounts in the previous session. That is to slow down, to take meaningful pauses, which eventually reflected in today's session, where we did not have many accounts, crunch words, or filler words, or repeated words. So congratulations to everyone for using going forward with the recommendations. So thank you, over to G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshini. Now, last but not the least, the girl with a smile as warm as a toast, Toastmaster Saumini with the grammarian report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I was so sad that nobody had used the word of the phrase of the day. Finally, you had. So that is the number one. Only Toastmaster Vijay had used the phrase of the day. And first, I'd like to say the excellent usage of the language by our Toastmasters, specifically by stating their names. First, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bharath, used the word stumble, which means to trip or fall. And I loved it when he used the quote, "Even though I don't have an idea, I learned in Toastmasters how to build an idea." Great one. And moving on to the tag team, Toastmaster Darshini, the R counter for today, used the, usually the R counter introductions have the phrase that R counter are people who make sure that to make notes of people who use the crutch and filler words. What is a crutch? You might know that crutch in literal sense is a long stick that people use to walk while they have an injury or disability. Here it means something that serves as a, so when we are lost for words, we use crutch words such as the filler words, same as filler words. So that is what crutch means. And our first evaluator, Toastmaster Kriti, used one of the technical words in evaluation, such as visual aids. What visual aids actually mean in a speech are the items of visual manner, such as photographs, video clips, graphs, etc. Today, and speaker Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, she sang the song that had the word Anna in it. Some of us might not know. We only know as far as paisa and then now rupee. Anna was something that was used back in the early 1900s, or even before that, I don't know. But what an Anna actually, how much that Anna values is 16th rupee. That is 6.5 pies. We do not even use the 50 pies right now. So an Anna is negligibly small, and so we've ignored it. And she had a lot of financial jargons, such as dividend, which means distribution of profits by a corporation to its shareholders. Expense ratio measures how much of a fund's assets are used for administrative and other operative expenses. She used small cap, mid cap, and large or big cap. Small cap means companies whose market capitalization is under 1 billion USD. Mid cap is companies whose market capitalization are between 2 billion and 10 billion USD. And large cap or big cap companies have their market capitalization more than 10 billion USD. Moving on to the table topic section, Toastmaster Keetna quoted "To see is to believe" from Toastmaster Johan's speech as a feedback to Toastmaster Johan's speech. Moving on to the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Dashni used the word nevertheless, which means notwithstanding or in spite of. She also used the word mileage, which means the number of miles covered with a specific amount of fuel. And Toastmaster Johan had the word horoscope and astrology. Sometimes we might get confused between these words, but horoscope means to forecast people's future, and astrology means the study of the movement of celestial objects. So only using astrology, people predict other people's horoscope. And Toastmaster Vijay had the word heartthrob, which means someone that we all love. And he used the word UFO, which expands to unidentified flying objects. And the word regime, which is a government, especially an authoritative one, the one that the Nazi government had, for example. Moving on to the recommendations, I'll generalize the recommendations without pinpointing anybody's name. First, while we're using a sentence starting with the word if, that is, if the sentence starts with an if clause, the second part of the sentence should be a past tense, such as, if I were a tree, I would provide shelter to any. If I had come today, I would have enjoyed a lot. So a present tense will not be used there, but only past or future tense would be used. And the word heard was mispronounced as heard. It is heard, not heard. And while we are telling an uncountable noun, such as gold, rain, we don't use the article. We don't use the articles such as and an. So we don't say buying a gold. We just say buying gold. And the word debt, DEBT, was pronounced with the B, that is debt, which should not be the case and should be pronounced debt with B as the silent letter. And while starting to speak about scenarios in your speech, it would be good, and it is the right way to start with the word imagine or suppose, such as, suppose I have my children's marriage to plan. Imagine I have my children's marriage to plan. So that it helps the audience suspect that, yes, you are representing an imaginative scenario, not a realistic one, instead of directly jumping into the scenario and telling, I have my children's marriage to plan. This seems that you actually have your children's marriage to plan. And when words have prefixes, it is better to use the words with there was one usage which was without relating to, instead of which unrelated to the question could have been used. And there was a misuse of preposition, which was in random times. Instead, it should be at random times. The word luxury was mispronounced as luxury or something. So it's luxury. And the word automobile, which most of us mispronounce, is actually automobile, not automobile. When it's mobile, it is mobile, but when it is as a piece of automobile. And the word heartthrob was mispronounced as heartthrob. It was heartthrob. And while we have the word to in a sentence, TOO, to, it is always good, and it is good. We say the word to at the end of the sentence, not right after the subject. That is, I did it too, instead of I too did it. So yeah, that is the end of my report. I hope everybody could incorporate these recommendations and get better. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumini, for the detailed grammarian's report. May I please take a moment to gather my thoughts on the overall report and be back to you in 30 seconds. Thank you for your patience, friends. And I'm here with the evaluators report. First off, thank you very much for the wonderful session. After long, we've come with a theme which is more professional and creative and on the sidelines of being more on the fun side. After long, we've come on a theme which is, life of a Toastmasters. So kudos on that effort. First, we've come with, I believe we've graduated from kindergarten now to the higher dimensions in our journey. First off, starting with the Sergeant at Arms. Priti, as always, you've done a wonderful job by starting the meeting with a bang. We started on time, we were just 2 minutes late due to a snack, but I think we are far better and we should try to start the meeting on time, that is at 4:30. Luckily, all of our members were on time, even our guests were before time, and we could check the audio video, which is a very good thing which we have been following. Priti started the meeting with a very good note. She had a good energy level and which set the tone of the meeting. All the members, the guests, and even the guest who's coming from Aura was at comfort because of such enthusiasm and feel at the club meeting. Priti, one recommendation I would suggest you is to have your content properly faced in a manner which goes with the flow. You start the meeting, then you go with the ground rules, and then you speak something about the theme of the day and not entirely let out the theme, which is for the Toastmaster of the day to do it. Wonderful job, Priti. Keep up. Next off timer, we have our beautiful helper from VIT Aura, Toastmaster Arushi. She was one of the best, crisp, clear, and very, very efficient timer we've ever had in long time. The most beautiful thing is that while introducing the timer, she had this PPT on her screen, which had all the times and the cards, and even for the first time, the evaluator's time schedule there with the color codings, which made it very easy for anybody who is referring to it. Please understand that these reports we go on and narrate every time the meeting is for us to understand, not only us to understand, but there are guests who come to our meeting and they should understand what the meeting is all about. And it was a very good idea and we should try to incorporate it. Coming to her report, it was again a very crisp, clear, and a very, very efficient report which she gave. Wonderful thing is she said that, when Toastmaster Mahalakshmi, she recommended her how not to fall short in her table topic session. That's a very good gesture, and a timer can always recommend the speakers how not to fall short of the time. Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi. We are taking home some lessons from you. Thank you for being with us. Next up, our counter, Toastmaster Darshini. Probably when it's time that we start mentioning you as the eternal R counter of our club nowadays. You've been, I believe, it's the back of your hand to play these R counter roles now. You're very clear, and the best part of your R counter report was that you gave us what we learned from the earlier sessions. You made a point that what we've been consequently learning from all our sessions and all our counters recommendation, and that we have inculcated all these things, all the members here, and we have tried to be better on that. That was a wonderful gesture. It was a wonderful report. I don't have much of a recommendation there, though I can tell you to, give us a short intro of why we use ours and how not to, do that and how can we avoid that a bit more in detail, because we have guests also coming in. They should know why there is an R counter. So you can go a bit more lengthy or a little clear on that so people can understand it. Grammarian, efficient and long. Oh my God. There is a reason why we call you the eternal grammarian of Vellore Toastmasters Club. I would easily call you the grammar Nazi, but that's not a positive word. So let me retain the title of eternal grammarian. Beautiful report. Very, very clear, very efficient. Everybody could follow it, understand it. You have lovely observation skills. The words which you've noted from each of the speaker is not an easy task, and going down and finding the meanings and properly telling us. I never knew that Anna was 6.5 paisa. Thank you for letting us know that. And also recommending, the beautiful part is that you said that you're going to generalize the recommendations. That makes it easy for the people not to feel offended or embarrassed. That's a wonderful gesture. We all should inculcate that. We should never point out individual corrections or recommendations. A generalized recommendation is the key of any grammarian report, because we all are here to learn. And that's a wonderful gesture which you did. Good observation skill. I believe there was a slack, technical snag in your internet connection. So I believe you should, look into that. And if that happens, you may turn off your video and keep delivering your one recommendation is a very good attempt and using the smiley for word of the day. It's a very creative idea, so that we can start inculcating using them in a general usage of language in our lives. But you could start with a bit easier one, which we've already heard, which we've already used. So we can get into the rhythm and then slowly, take pace over it and then start using it. But a very novel gesture, I would like, that to be incorporated and taken ahead. Last but not the least, one and only recommendation. The only reason we all hated the grammar class, extended time. Kindly make it a little, concise, that we are not too much of grammar into it, but definitely each and every one of your recommendations was worth. Next off, the evaluator. Toastmaster Kriti did a wonderful job evaluating. She explained the objectives of the speaker. The beautiful thing is that she was the evaluator in evaluation and feedback. So having the same evaluator for both the speeches is the best thing the speaker can have, because they know when they left the speaker with what recommendations they left, and whether they have correctly improvised or not, inculcated the feedback or not. That's the best thing which has happened in this case. And Toastmaster Kriti properly, she noted down those things and she referred to us. She mentioned that Toastmaster Mahalakshmi has fulfilled those feedbacks. That's a wonderful way. Coming to the evaluation part, you had all the points covered. You had noted what were the pros and cons of a speech, the recommendations and everything. I would suggest you to have proper content. Evaluation segment is a report. It has to be delivered like a report. Your evaluation report was in pointers. You started giving pointers. Yeah, this was good. Your clarity was good. You had very good content, and your comfort level was good. You started giving pointers. I would suggest you to make a report, a paragraph. When you go through a paragraph, and much like a speech, a prepared speech, it should have an introduction, a content, and a conclusion. Whereas the conclusion can be in the pointers when you're trying to give a gist of your evaluation report. That's it from my side. That you give a you use the evaluation report as a report, as not as a pointers thing. But otherwise, the recommendations and the notings which you made were at par and very good. Next off is the table topic master, Toastmaster Kritana. I could use the same smiley for you, that smile is as warm as a toast. Beautiful, beautiful way to call on the table topic speakers to come on is with a warm smile. We ease up a bit, we feel good, and we are there to give the speech, one of the dreaded sessions, and also the most fun session of Toastmasters. You had beautiful and easy topics which anybody could relate, could come and deliver with very ease. They don't have to think it's a speech. They can just come and share the experience. That was the beauty of your table topic session. One recommendation, you even gave, a small 2-line, 3-line feedbacks to all your speakers, which is a very good way of, appreciating the speakers for their attempt in doing so. That's a wonderful way of being a Toastmaster. Table topics master. One suggestion I have for you is try to have topics which are based on the theme. The theme, there's a flow, there's a content already for the Toastmasters meeting. We bring in the theme into every Toastmasters meeting is to to have creativity, so that our speech gets creative. So we become artistic. So it will be good if each of our members, each of our role players start imbibing those theme into their whatever roles they are taking. So although your table topic, the topics were very easy, and this is how it should be, but you could have done it on the theme, because when it's on the theme, then we try to go on the creative way which has been created by the Toastmaster of the day. Otherwise, a beautiful session, Toastmaster Kirtana. Thank you very much for an interactive and lively session. And coming off to the table topic speakings. First off was Toastmaster Darshini. Yeah, Toastmaster Darshini and Toastmaster Johan. I have a very a similar feedback for you. You should try to take those table topic speeches as a speech. Now, what happens is when a table topic master gives us a topic, we try to take it as a question and we start to replying those questions. But that is not how we should look at a table topic session. We should treat it as a speech. And what is a speech? A speech should have a proper form. It should have an introduction, a content, and a conclusion. So try to inculcate the same thing which you've spoken in a proper form. It would be a beautiful speech. Both of you were very comfortable, were very, control of your the things you were speaking. Your body language was reflecting great authoritative, on the whole content which you were speaking. That means you were speaking your mind. You know what you were speaking. That was ease, and it was reflecting on the people who were watching. That's what is a wonderful thing. But you could put it, not in an attempt to answer the question. Although a table topic master might ask you a question, the speech may not be in a form of an answer. It should be in a form of a speech. Please take it as a speech. Next up is Toastmaster Somini. I would say, this question was made for you. Have you heard of match fixing? It seems like, Toastmaster Kirtana created this question for you and then called you in. Then you came in, then you said no, then you came in again. And the question which came for you, the topic which came for you, I believe it's your favorite topic and you totally nailed it. Beautiful way of delivery. And you had the content which was I was speaking about, the proper speech like content. You had an introduction, you had a content, and you had a conclusion, and you ended with a question to the table topics master. Kudos, Toastmaster. So many, it's a beautiful table topics speech there. And Mahalakshmi, wonderful attempt on trying to come up, even while having a speech today, you coming up and taking up the table topic speech was wonderful. And that's when I realized that you are that one enthusiastic table guest who started delivering table topic speeches. Even when we were, being Toastmaster, we were afraid of giving table topic speeches. Kudos to your, enthusiasm and, never die approach. Wonderful. As already recommended by the timer, please look into the aspects of, how you can prolong your speech and, take it to the next. One way of thinking is, one way of doing it is by making it, into a proper form, having an introduction, a content, and a conclusion. That will easily cover more than 2 minutes. So take that, use the 30 seconds, gather your thoughts and then start it. And I'll take my recommendations from other people about my table topic sessions. Next off is the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bharath. First of all, thank you so much for coming up with this theme, Life of a Toastmaster. It's been long. We've been taking a lot of creative, a lot of funny, and a lot of themes that have been, the Kindle, the creative side, the artistic side of us. All of our members have dressed, beautifully. They've come up with a lot of props. I remember, a Toastmaster Kirtana coming as, Ramya Krishnan the other day, and she properly nailed it, If the casting director would have been there, he would have offered the role to Toastmaster Kirtana, not Ramya Krishnan. So we've been putting in a heart, soul, everything to deliver a wonderful role here. But after very long, we've had a theme which was not on that side of the border. We came onto the, the professional side. So when I heard the theme, Life of a Toastmaster, I was looking, my God, after a long time, we're having a professional theme. Probably we should go in that way. Probably I should prepare that way, and probably I should present that way. So I was very excited. Thank you for giving me, that kind of a theme. Yes. And what I would say about today's theme is that, the thing which stood out today was the activity session which you had. It was going through a lull, and the Toastmaster of the day comes in and just puts in a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and all of a sudden everybody who's sleeping wakes up and started interacting and putting in and starts laughing, and there's all energy around, and all of a sudden we feel, yeah, we are in Toastmasters evening, we are enjoying. That was the beauty of the activity session you had. Kudos to you. It was very well thought of and very well delivered. Many times a great idea is not delivered in a proper way, but it was a wonderful delivery as well. I'm glad that our guest, even Toastmaster Nirmala, our guest Nirmala also participated with a lot of enthusiasm, and she was very proactive. That was a wonderful, that shows at what ease level the Toastmaster of the day has brought all the members present, including the guests. That's the beautiful thing. And one suggestion I have for you is, when you're drafting the content of the table Toastmaster of the day, please try to have a story, weave a magical story into it. Why not start the session, with kind of a personal story or an imagination, or you take us somewhere, in a thought or into an idea, and you leave us somewhere, and then you come and start answering. Because as a Toastmaster of the day, you get various levels, where you can come in and speech, you can clear, you can feed our curiosity. So you get various, breaks in between coming. So you could have, woven a story into the entire session and delivered, like how you became, what is Toastmaster, how you become a Toastmaster. You called in people to come and share how they became Toastmaster and why that happened. This way it could have been a better session. And please understand that stories sell. It's not only Toastmasters, even diamonds sell on stories. So kindly, whenever you're a Toastmaster of the day, for all of you, please try to have magical stories which starts, try to take it as a speech. Start with an introduction, go through the content with various levels, and come with the conclusion. That should be a beautiful way of doing this. But otherwise, it was a very good flow. You had a flawless giving and taking over control from all the speakers, all the role players. That was, I didn't find you hiccup anywhere. The flow was wonderful. The meeting went without any interruptions. That was the beauty of it. Thank you, Toastmasters. And that's it with my report. Thank you very much, everyone. Off to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving such a detailed report that helped every one of us to improve on our ways. And I would also incorporate the recommendations that you gave for me. Thanks for that. So now, one way to get out of is to live it like an adventure. One way is to get the most out of everything is to live it like an adventure. Yes, this is what we all need to incorporate with. So in our Toastmasters journey, we all might be coming and attending a session. Sorry, I got disconnected. So yeah, sessions, we all just coming and attending and we are learning, but many of the members are lack of enthusiasm. So when you have the idea of, when you are not enthusiastic towards your role, that will completely spoil you. So this is not only for this session, but also you can also, by being a Toastmaster, you can attend sessions of various clubs meetings, and also you can be a part of some role players programs like office training programs and division level programs. You can be a role player of that. And especially you also try to participate in the context that is being conducted in Toastmasters. So try to get the most of Toastmasters and live it like an adventure. And thank you. Over to the President.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Now, may I request all those who are present to kindly fill in the ballot forms. Dashni, have you received them all?
Just give me a minute. I'll share the results with you.
Yes.
A Toastmaster Vijay, you're on mute.
I'm so sorry. And as we wait for the ballot results to come out, may I please, request Toastmaster Arushi to come and give us a feedback.
It was truly an amazing session. I love all your enthusiasm and how involved you all are. It's an amazing, amazing session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushi, for being with us. We hope to see you more often with us. Thank you so much. Toastma, may I have guest Nirmala to come and give us a few words? Is she present?
She has left the meeting.
Just a sec, I'll be back with the results. Yes, friends, we have our ballot winners here, and the best tag role for today's meeting goes to none other than the eternal grammarian, the one with a smile as warm as a toast, Toastmaster Soumi. Next off, the best role player. The best role player today is again a woman with a smile as warm as a toast, Toastmaster Kirtana for the Table Topics Master. And the best table topics is our sleepy head, Toastmaster Darshini. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my bad. It's again Toastmaster Soumini there. Best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Soumini. Well, it has been a wonderful session today. We had great time, and now it's time for us to call it a day. May we continue our journey in the Toastmasters for life of a Toastmasters. Thank you for being with us. And with this, I declare close the session number 95 of the Toastmasters Club. Friends, I'm stopping the recording.